It is Tuesday, July 9th of 2019. You guys know what that means. It's bowling night. Well, not here in the car, but in general, you know. And that's, a lot of times that's when I do Guy's Daily Drive. And welcome to Guy's Daily Drive here on a Tuesday. And that's just, I like Tuesdays because I get to go bowling. And, you know, it's such a Fred Flintstone kind of thing where, you know, I'm going to get away from the house and go bowling. And I've bought shoes. I have bowling shoes. I actually bought those before I really got started because the thought of wearing rented shoes from a bowling alley, especially with the size of feet that I have, which are size 16s, just kind of filled me with dread. I really, really, really didn't want to wear rented shoes. So I bought my own. I'm still using house, I love the way they call this, house balls. So those are the balls that they have in bowling alleys, and, you know, for people who have absolutely no idea how bowling works, which is probably a very small amount of people. If you don't have your own bowling ball, bowling alleys will have a wide variety of balls that you can use while you're bowling, if you don't have your own. And the other place that we used to go, the kind of ball that I use is typically, because I have very big hands, I have to go to like the 15, 16 pound ball range, because everything that is lighter than that, they don't have holes cut for people with fingers like the size that I have. So I have to go for a pretty heavy ball, 15 pounds. And it doesn't sound like that much, but I mean, you try lifting it up and throwing it down an alley for 3 games, and you start to feel it after a while. At the old bowling alley, we actually had in our, you know, as part of what they calculated at the old bowling alley was the speed of the ball. And I probably had, of the group that I bowl with, one of the faster throws. My throws are typically usually in the high 17s, low 18 mile per hour range, which, you know, I mean, it's not like it's supersonic, but we are talking about a very heavy bowling ball. You know, I don't know of many people who throw a bowling ball that heavy and can throw it as fast as that. But what I really need to do, 2 things. Number one, somehow figure out how to bowl something other than a straight ball. My ball rolls pretty straight. I don't have a hook in it or anything like that. Wherever it is that I aim the ball, and it's typically not aimed well, but you know, whatever direction I end up throwing the ball is where it ends up at the other end of the alley. So there's not much that you can do about. All right, hold on, I gotta see if I can make this turn. I can make this turn. That is just so cool. No stoplight. I like it. So where I throw the ball is pretty much where it ends up at the other end of the alley. And most more successful bowlers than me, which is pretty much everybody, throws the ball with kind of a hook. And I don't have a hook. I throw a straight ball. So I need to learn how to do that. And the other thing I need to do is get my own bowling ball. Get one that's drilled from my fingers and that will, have the proper width and depth and everything else that's good for my hand, my right hand. And there is a place local that can do that. And the guys that I've been bowling with have been talking about taking me there for a very, very long time, but we just haven't done it yet. But supposedly this week is the week that we are going to go to this place, and I will see if I can get my own ball. And that may help. That may help my game. My average is, most of my games are in the 120 to 140 range, which, honestly is not good. That's not a great average. But it's okay. And honestly, the more important thing is that I enjoy it. I have a good time when I go bowling. And I try not to let my lack of skill interfere with my good time of just, being there with some guys and throwing a ball down the lane. I would like to be better. Who wouldn't? But that's what's going on with that. I need to become a better bowler. And those two things will help. Developing some kind of consistent hook and getting my own bowling ball. I don't even know how much they cost. I've never priced bowling balls before. And I don't know if there's like a setup fee or anything along those lines for cutting the holes and all the rest of it. I can't imagine they do it for free. But we'll see. But that's what I'm going to be doing hopefully tomorrow, Thursday, something like that. Today's Tuesday. The other thing I wanted to talk about, but I'm not going to do it today, because I went much longer talking about bowling than I think I really anticipated. But that's fine. That's fine. Coming soon, I'm going to talk about the iPad OS. I've been using the beta of the iPad OS, and I really like it. I think it's a solid improvement, and I'll talk more about that in another Guy's Daily Drive, not today. Now, if you'd like to get a hold of me, and I know that some of the people on Facebook I've gotten some comments through Facebook on Guy's Daily Drive, and comments from anywhere, greatly appreciated. And I will put this out there, and hopefully I'll get some responses in one form or another. Give me a topic, ask me, or let me know what it is that you want to hear me talk about. If you'd like to hear more stories from my somewhat questionable youthful activities that will be somewhat censored, because I don't want all of that stuff being out there. I'll talk about that. I'll talk about some of the stuff that I did when I was traveling overseas. The one subject that I really want to stay away from, because number one, it's so subjective that all you end up doing is alienating most of the people, I think, that listen to a podcast like this. I don't want to talk about politics. I don't want to talk about religion. The subjects that everybody just seems to get so upset by and so triggered by. I don't want to talk about that stuff. Let's keep it light. Let's keep it fun. If you would like to talk to me, you can talk to me on Facebook. I do have a Guys Daily Drive Facebook page, and it gets populated whenever I list one of these. I don't really do much else with it other than just post, links to the YouTube video on Guys Daily Drive. There's also, that wasn't what I wanted, there's also vertshark.com, where I put pretty much everything that I'm creating outside of the MyMac.com podcast up at. So you can check that out, vertshark.com. I have two different Twitter accounts. I've got my original Mac Parrot Facebook account, and I also have one that's relatively new, which is VertShark, that goes along with the website. As I said, you can reach me on Facebook through Guys Daily Drive or through my regular Facebook page. I do a live cast on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. called Mac to the Future Go! And that is live cast over there on Facebook, so you can see that there. And of course, I do the MyMac.com podcast every single week, pretty much every single week, with Gary Gazmaz Malpaz, and we have such a good time. We are like 24, 25 episodes away from the 500th MyMac podcast that he and I have done together, and that is just astounding to me. I can't believe that we've done that many. I think, what else? Guy at mymac.com is the email address. I have a Patreon page, and I have a Ko-fi page that you can check out, patreon.com/MacParrot, Ko-fi, ko-fi.com/MacParrot. Both of those kind of help support the things that I do outside of mymac.com. And if you would like to contribute, that would be awesome. Awesome. I really would appreciate it. It really does help. The other thing you could do is do comments in iTunes with basically, saying whether you like or dislike or whatever Guys Daily Drive or the Mac to the Future, which I put the audio feed into this as well. But I think that is going to about do it. So thank you all so very, very much for watching and or listening to Guys Daily Drive. It is greatly appreciated. And I will see you next time.